Okay. Okay, there's a couple problems with that play though, Mac. The volatility will have contracted a lot, but not fully. It could take all day to wring out a lot of the premium pricing that's been inflated. So just know that if you buy an out-of-the-money option, it's 100% premium. There's no intrinsic value to it. And that in itself is going to be contracting just because of the earnings release, just because of the, now it's the news is cat's out of the bag. And so even if it goes up in value, it'll go down in value and it might end up flat. So it's really kind of I don't mean any insult to this, but it's a dumb play, to buy an out of the money option today. I mean, maybe yesterday sell an out of the money option would be better, but so watch yourself because, it's going to go up, but the premium's going to deflate. So the premium could deflate 50% on you in like 4 hours. So if you have a 50% gain and it's holding, the actual value of the option is going to go down. Yeah, shares. There you go. I mean, real honestly, and Zoom should have even shares to short if you want to play it to the downside. Well worth it. And I don't know if you were in class the other day. We talked a lot about why you don't need to trade options. How you can just use shares, and there's so many reasons why to use shares instead of options, and to don't trade options. But that's one example of where you really get creamed and you're really stacking the odds against you. Another thing you could do is instead of buying a lotto call, you could sell a put in the money put. It'd be the opposite, but it would allow you to be right even if it went sideways, and make money as the premium contracted. All that money would be for you. However, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't sell an option on a very volatile day. Selling options is for much more sure bets, just because of the risk side of it. Obviously, selling the option is going to be a higher probability for you to win, but the risk, if you're not a good trader, if you're not a fast trader, if you can't cut that, when you should, it could really pull against you. All right, getting the other system live here too, and then we'll take a look at the market. Everything looks pretty tame though. Okay, so we've got 13 and a half minutes until the market opens, so let's take a look at this. Oh, let me just notify everybody to come on in. Everybody knows, some people are new. Okay. Jesse Feiner, I think you're new. Welcome. I don't believe I've seen your name. Eugenio, good morning. JR, Lewis, Mark, Mike, and we're missing one Mike. Paul, morning. Russ. Arvin, 62. Shane, good morning. GovX is moving now. I still have it up. Where do I have it up there? There it is. Yeah. 1.8 to 2.3. Very nice movement. Yeah. And GovX, I feel, is definitely still in play. Back at you. GovX. I'll put that on the high speed setup while we sit here. Yeah. Looking for a break at 2.9, and it looks like it could happen today. It could happen. I didn't know what kind of accent I got now, but that's what I got. All right, you guys. So rates are indicated downward, 2.8%. They were closer to 2.9% yesterday. They closed at 2.86%. Right now they're at 2.81%. So rates indicating downward, that should provide some lift for growth and for the market. However, the Qs are sitting at their lows of yesterday, but maybe that's just a little defensive perching, and they'll take off today and try to test the high. So we could be looking at, the thesis here is opening at 289 roughly on the Qs, and then going to test 294 on the Q. So about a 5-point potential gain on the Qs seems to be the thesis in order today. Oil is at yesterday's close, 110.5. It's right around there. Grinding, it came up off at the bottom of 109. So oil continues to be around $110 a barrel, just wants to trade around that level. Energy is down a smidge this morning. XLE Energy. Anything else of note? Gold is above the close of yesterday by just $6 to $8. So not much to speak of on gold. And defensives hanging out about where they closed yesterday. So defensives holding strong. And I think, the story today is that we potentially see some growth stocks make some progress. Outside of that, it's not really indicating much. As far as direction-wise, there really isn't much indication here. That's about the only indication we've got. Possible upside in growth stocks. How much? How little? Will it fail? Will things reverse? We'll see when the market opens. The market is going to open in about 9 minutes. Right now, we've got GOVX, popping as far as momentum day trading goes. Went from 1.8 to 2.32, which is where it's at right now, and it just keeps going. Who's in that trade? Did I cut PanL for the swing? No. Why is that down this morning? PanL. No, I didn't. I just think I never added on. Never doubled up. I started small, and I think because it didn't move around, I never added on. But, with the swing trades, Mike, sometimes it takes a couple of days for it to sputter to a start. Timing is never perfect. Never. Sometimes it is, but, it was rarely perfect. So let's see, PanL. Yes. Why would I cut PanL? It was up 4% from our entry. I'm definitely still in that. Why? What do you mean? I'm looking at it now. I think maybe you're talking about PanW, because that's what I was thinking of. PanW didn't really move. But PanL is up. I sized up. PanW didn't move much, down just a smidge, and I didn't size up on that. And that makes all the difference. All right, who's in GOVX momentum day trade? I want to make sure you guys are on that. BBIG. Well, okay, I'll take a quick look at BBIG, but I think that's been out of play for a while. It's maybe a good short. Let's see. Oh no, it's actually found support. It's been at the bottom for a couple of months now, since December, since the market started to correct. It's been hanging out around here, which is relative strength. So, possibly when the market does come back in order anytime in the next few months. Woo! There goes GovX. Make sure you sell some into that jump. Look at that. All the way up to 2.75, 2.77, 2.78. Wow, from 2.3. Hopefully you're chucking out profits, underneath like every nickel there. Take 1 to 5 to 10% out of your profits out. That's looking good. Anybody get it near that first pop around $2? Good job if you did. Some of you maybe even penny stocking that. Already have it from yesterday. And now you're just taking profits. 2.8 is basically where it hit. 2.78. Where's my calculator? Oh, there it is. 2.78 divided by 1.8 is where it was. 50 up 54% off of this move is a 54% move so far. There's supposed to be a squeeze coming up on B big. All right. Yeah, so that could be true, but maybe just fleeting. Repeat GovX, GOVX. 2.79, 2.8, 2.83, 2.83. All right. 2.85. 2.89. All right. So we just tested to 2.9. Now pulling back to 2.78. Why did Blockbuster liquidating gain worth last week? Wow. Can you ask that again, but in a different way? I don't understand. We're also looking at SWTX, which has completely failed out already. BIMI, BIMI, which has popped pretty significantly, over 100%. Now has pulled back to 97 cents. GFAI looks good, GFAI, and it seems to be at the buy line, GFAI. And then Zoom, we're watching Zoom for potential long play. With 5 minutes to go before the open, Zoom could be long at the open. Be looking for it to break 95. GovX, a biotechnology company developing human immunotherapies and vaccines against infectious diseases and cancer, today announced that the Chinese Patent Office has issued a notice of allowance for GovX's patent application titled Compositions and Methods for Generating an Immune Response to a Tumor-Associated Antigen. Yeah, Facebook is down because Snap was down. And the Snap keeps going down. If you guys want to short Snap, that might be what's happening today on Snap. Zoom might go long. Four minutes to the open. Let's see if he rephrased. No, I still don't phrase on that Blockbuster thing. All right, we've got 3 minutes and 45 seconds to the open. GovX, currently the day trade of the moment, sitting at 2.8, having the first pullback on that rally since 2.3. Okay, we've got 3 minutes until the open. Good morning. Zoom getting close to that 95 pre-market break to go long. You can go long anytime here. The risk to stop is at about 91. Let me see. Yeah, 50, something like that. So $2.50 or $3.50, something like that of risk on the Zoom long, with about $10, $15 of upside potential. That makes it near a 5.1, maybe a 3 or a 4 to 1, 0.1, 5.1. I'm used to saying 5.1 so much my whole life. 5.1 surround. 5 to 1 reward to risk ratio. Are in 2 days. Nvidia earnings are in 2 days. It's gonna pop. I don't know if it's gonna pop. And neither do you. And if it does, don't think that you did know. Don't be that naive. But if it does pop, then we'll grab it after it pops. All right, here goes GovX, heading close to 2.9, 2.84, starting to build up. 5, 2.85, cutting through that level very quickly. A lot of demand here. 2.85, it cut through that and hit almost 2.89, but we're back at 2.84. A lot of very short-term trading going on GovX right now. Not enough people holding. A lot of short-term trading. What is the entry on GVOX? It's GOVX. GOVX. And if you tuned in earlier, we started it attracted our attention around 2.2. It'd be better there. If GovX breaks 2.9 at the open here, it could really fly up above 3 and further. Could be some blue sky up there. In order to confirm the momentum right now, it'd need to break 2.9 if that's what you're asking. But it's already very hot. Don't day trade unless you have over $30,000 in full day trading account. Day trading is very risky. Use paper trading or simulated trading if you want to practice, and build your account up by saving and by swing trading in the meantime. Don't day trade till you hit 30,000. And even then, don't day trade unless you know what you're doing and you're profitable. All right, here we go. 2.79, 2.8, 2.84, 5. We're fighting this level. I seem to be selling off. 2.72, 2.779. There's quite the fight. Selling off and taking profits on GovX. And Zoom has hit 93.73. If it breaks over 95, it's really going to run. But you can get in now for a lower risk to reward ratio. Zoom, ZM. Snap, in the meantime, selling off and selling off. 14.49 now. 14.50. Potential short there on Snap. Target maybe breaking down. Target now breaking the lows. Target possibly breaking down. There's short on target. TGT, short on target. Could be one of those situations where you'd be wishing you did get it by midday or the end of the day. Short on target. There goes Snap down further, 14.3, 14.23. The short on Snap happening. Zoom's hanging around 93.24. Yeah, I'm in Pan-L. Pan-L does look strong. It's doing fine. Looks like Pan-W putting in potentially a projected strong sell-off day. I may be getting out of that right now. Gonna do Pan-W. Looks like the Qs are tipping over, but rates are moving down. So I think this is just going to take a moment to catch, but I do believe the Qs and the growth market is going to experience upside today. Might want to buy the dip. Zoom hanging around 93.8 right now. So if you can just get over 95, and there it is, 94.32. Zoom starting to push up. No entry on GOVX yet from the market open. The entry on GOVX at the moment from the market open would be 2.9. I wasn't talking to you, Rebecca, by the way. There was somebody else asking on. And the other, so Snap is actually moving all the way up now. Snap short, you'd have to cut it. 14.3. Wait. Don't cut it. Don't cut Snap. I had a zoom level off on my charts here and got a misreading there. No, we're still good on Snap short. Snap short still good. There's the break on Zoom over 95. That's your confirmation. You could have already been in early. Here comes GovX hitting 284, 287, 286, 287, 289, 289. Ooh, we almost broke 9. There it is. We broke the 290 level. 293. Can it follow through on the open market? 2.9. We're getting quite the struggle there at 2.9. I don't see why it wouldn't follow through. It didn't sell off, so it ought to follow through. It would be just a short-term manipulation to see it dip here, but I don't think it will. 2.92, 2.93, 4, 5. It hit to 2.98, by the way, briefly. 2.9799. GovX. Zoom back to 94. Snaps hitting 1409. That short is still doing great. That's true, yeah. And a bid on Arca coming up from the rear. Jack says check out ALB. Nice cup and handle breakout. Yeah, but yes, there's a very strong volume going on there. Increasing revs. First quarter profitable. Yeah, that could be happening. Jack, I don't think I'm going to alert that. But yep. If that's something you want to try, start small and add if it continues. Right, let me check on Pan L. Pan L with very strong sell volume at the top here. And how about Pan W? Yeah, Pan W actually doing all right. 2.94 still on GovX. Again, I don't see why it would drop. It wasn't dropping before when it had all the opportunity. So I think there's some good padding here. Good support. And I think it will break 3. GovX I'm talking about. It's hitting 2.82 now. We're pulling back a bit to VWAP. Seems to be some buying up at VWAP 2.8 level. So GovX going through a pullback right now. Zoom at 92.67. You're still waiting on Mac. You said you're still waiting to get into Zoom. You wanted to get that 5-minute range in, 10-minute range. Okay, good. Good job. Snap now hitting 13.94. That short still working out. Yeah, sometimes that's the way it goes. AMR opened a little bit lower there, Jack, but it's was on low volume, and it is now up back to 168. Good, AMR, you're doing good. Dude, that stock is up over 8,000% since the pandemic low. Almost 9,000%. Ooh, the market is actually pulling back. Uh, Rates are dropping, but growth and the entire market just broadly moving down right now, and except for staples. So this is a defensive rotation going on right now. The industrial is dropping really hard, actually, and base materials, while oil goes up, and then the market broadly dropping except for staples. Staples holding and moving up. And I'd have to say that healthcare is probably strong in utilities, and that's typical of a defensive rotation. Strongest drop coming from base materials XLB, but it's roughly the same as XLI industrials or DIA industrials. You may be able to find specific industrials making a much stronger move today, putting into the average there, like Caterpillar and those types. These are good times to make sure you've got some shorts on. Yesterday, I went short Columbia Sportswear, Wing, Columbia, COLM, Ring, RNG, W, Wayfair, Peloton, PTON, Carvana, CVNA, and Coin, COIN. And those are all still dropping. Up close to 10% even on Coin already on that drop. There goes GovX failing out. Don't be in GovX right now. It's hitting 2.65. Yes. Somebody says you don't buy the dip in a bear market, you sell the rallies. Very well said. Very well said. Except, yeah, it depends on how much time you have and how strong the bear market is. But if you can get some kind of a confirmation, like, first of all, a rally needs 2 days in a row up. So, these rallies have been really anemic. But yeah, sell the pops, if you want to call it that. A 1 day pop. I mean, certainly if you sold short yesterday on a green day in a bear market, you're setting yourself up with good risk reward. And then here you are being rewarded today for downside open and direction. CRM. CRM short. You guys, CRM short. I'm going to go short CRM that's a swing trade. So it could last 30, 90 days, Ah, I'm going to take a small position on that CRM short because in about 5 days they're going to be reporting earnings. So GovX continuation play looks like it's not happening. Failed the 2.99 level, failed the $3 level. And let me take a look at that from a penny stocking perspective. Yeah, it would really need to close above 2.7 today for this to be a continued penny stocking play. So we want to see some more support on GovX. Yeah, Snap is now at 13.76, an excellent short. Zoom's still holding that 92.25 level. And it did hit that 95 level, break through it a little bit, almost get to 96, but didn't follow through. So the market has spoken. Open market has spoken. You're going to have to let that, if you think it could go up, you're going to have to let that play out. For now, looks like up is not in the cards. And this seems to be the level that it wants to settle at. It's a real mix, jump roping host, and one of the best things you can do is just join my trading group because we have that all sorted out in different channels. What's a day trade? What's a penny stocking trade, which is can be a day trade, but it's usually a multi-day penny stocking trade, but with much higher risk. And what's a swing trade? What's a day swing? Yeah. Looks like energy is now spiking. Oil hitting 111 a barrel. While the market still drops and growth dropping the most, definitely following through to the downside in a downtrend short-term intraday. While rates drop, just doesn't make sense sometimes. And staples moving on up. Financials are starting to move up, so that'd be an upside sign from the industrial. So I think this might be a bottom of that rally. We may have bottomed on the market, and the Qs are probably going to be the last thing to turn around here. It looks like getting some rally. XLC heavily weighted sector by Facebook, definitely dropping. Facebook down 10%. Snap down 38%. From the open, no, but from yesterday's close. From the open, we've gone from 1460 to 1370. That is around 7% gain if you're shorting. Yeah, Apple's definitely correcting. You know, it's going to be at 120 by the end of the year. Before the end of the year. I mean, shit, it hit 132 3 days ago. So oil, if you have USO, oil doing very good. VIX is at 29.3. We got direction, which is nice. I mean, XLC or Facebook, Snap and Facebook short working out. Hey, Zoom now breaking to the downside. That 91.50 level I said that you can go short. There it is. Zoom now at 89.8. Carvana, now my top short, that's down 9.33% on the day. Oh, these ones I'm talking about, whoever was asking, those are swing trades, those particular shorts. One of the good tricks you can learn about managing your portfolio and your money, you can look in my market mastery for, is called delta neutral hedging. So that's where you're 100% long and 100% short, or some degree. It could be 80 or 50-50, or even an imbalanced proportion depending on the market. So if you're uncertain, that can be one thing you do, is go long either factors and short particular factors that are economic, directing in that direction, or stocks. You can do the stock picking. So me, by holding Carvana, Coin, Peloton, Wayfair, Wingstop, RingCentral, Columbia Sportswear, and CRM, Salesforce short, they're all set up like that, as good shorts. Whenever the market goes down, it only helps, those shorts move in your direction. CBIO is moving up. I've got that on watch here. Went from $1 roughly to $1.20 just now. We'd be looking for the break about $1.50 today. CBIO. Need to get over $1.50, which is yesterday's high, for it to really, really activate. But yesterday's close was 1.27. So getting over yesterday's close will be the first milestone point. Yeah, CBIO is moving. Zoom at 90. Snap at 13.6. Don't think it's the end of Snap dropping. We're actually seeing growth still drop and rates drop as well. So that, I think that growth is dropping, what's the word? Irrationally. I think we've got some irrational price reduction happening on growth right now. And so when it does rally, when it does bottom, I think it's going to rally off the bottom. Got to wait for the bottom. You can use 5-minute candles to find the bottom. Yeah, green over red, high. Green over prior red candles high on increased volume can be a very good confirmation of bottom reversal. All right, here comes CBIO. We make a lower low. Here, yeah. If we make a lower low, this would be the third time growth rallies, then fails this year. Let's see what you're talking about here. I think we've only had one good rally this year, but I hear you, man. If you want to count maybe 2-day rallies. Yeah. We didn't close lower 3 days ago, but we did break the low, so it's still very bearish. We're more bearish now in the last 2 months. The last 2 months are more bearish than from November until March, which was bearish. And we had Ukraine war, etc. So we're even more bearish on the market now, except that now it's business. It's the business cycle. It is correct. We are correcting appropriately. We're seeing earnings fall short, you know? So that's it. That's the sign of the top. Top has been put in. Everything's going to roll over. Analysts' estimates are going to be revised downward. And instead of upgrades, we're going to see downgrades. And, well, that's what's been going on. But it's just more and more and more and more. It's going to keep stacking on until it doesn't. What's happening on LLL there? A little spike. Okay. X B G X X. Oh. Yeah, no. That was that one that went from IPO of $16 all the way to $58, and then the next day dropped to $10. Now that, my friends, is a stock market scam. GovX is at the top of penny stock pops. Penny stocking purposes, GovX is doing fine. This is day 3 on GovX penny stock pop. Could have got in at the close 2 days ago for $1.39. You'd be at 250, 255 right now. Stocks were on our radar, and I probably alerted that on Friday. The penny stocking channel. I'm going to check right now. Not necessarily seeing it, but doesn't mean it didn't happen. All right, let's check if any growth stocks in any interesting sectors are breaking out. Nope. I've got no alerts and nothing breaking out. That's not a good sign to upside. If it was going to happen, it would happen before you knew it, because my alerts would start going off on stocks that were perched to break out. So before you see the averages start to turn, you would already hear the alerts going off here. You'd already see the stocks breaking out, certain stocks breaking out. Tomorrow they would confirm, then we'd be in a rally. That's not happening. So we're making a lower low right now intraday on the Qs and on SPY. And it looks like the industrials, that rally that was going on, is now over. Short-lived. It was only about a 30% retrace, and it's heading back down, possibly to test the lows, maybe even break those lows. Meanwhile, XLP, or consumer staples rather, is on a straight shot, just straight on up. It's having no trouble today. So that would be Walmart, all those kinds. Let's take a look at Walmart. How's it doing? Walmart, Coke, Procter & Gamble. Procter & Gamble doing really well off the bottom. Coke doing really well. Pepsi doing really well. So it's all the consumer staples. They're all being bought into. They're all roughly moving the same because it's a sector move. It's a move into defensives. So there are some clients' money, lots of it, which forbids shorting. So instead of shorting the market, the hedge funds or funds, what can they do? not hedge funds, but funds. What can they do? They can go long defensives. They can at least try to get you a return in defensives, and that's what's happening right now. Is a move out of anything that potentially could have been a growth prospect. What is it? There's nothing. I don't think there's zero out there right now, and into defensives. So because their clients need a return, 1% is better than -%. So even though defensives may have a small return, it still beats the market. Tesla now at 638. We're not getting a real strong movement necessarily on the market. But it definitely is a day of direction. Whereas yesterday was more of a chop and a doji type day. Today we had that tight day yesterday, and today it's taken direction off of yesterday's low. We're still inside, so we're still inside Friday's candle. So this is short-term direction only right now. But we're really close to breaking Friday's low. Maybe it won't happen today. Maybe we'll settle in. Maybe it won't happen this week. It's possible. Coal, the number one industry right now in the world, coal. So some of the stocks in coal are Arch, ARCH, that are looking good. AMR, Alpha Metallurgical Resources. METC, METC. NACO Industries, NC. And NRP, Natural Resources, NRP. Those are some things perched really close to the breakout level. ARLP is a coal production company, which is breaking out today. So ARLP, if you want some of that coal money, there you go. It's up, breaking out on 342% higher relative volume today. So that's a confirmed breakout to the upside. In coal, the number one leader coming out of the gate right now. ARLP. Oh boy. Yeah, the market looks pretty strongly indicated downward now and intent on continuing. I think we may break or test the 52-week lows here. We're only 2 days ago, 2 trading days ago. Very, very likely. CBIO is still trying to make its way on up. There might be a good low risk reward set up there for you. Tesla now hitting 632. Apple in the 138s. Amazon's about to go below 2,000 into the 1900s. You think, how low could it go? This could be the spot to get in. That's just not how to trade. That's not how to invest, not how to trade. The time to get in will not be at where you think maybe could be the low. It's going to be where we've come off the low, you missed it, and that's fine. And it starts to go up and it breaks over previous lows and previous highs rather, and previous pivot points, and starts to bounce around. It's going to create a base, and you'll have months to figure it out, guys. Don't worry about it. Don't get the FOMO about trying to catch some low on something. Wait this out. For example, the Dow right now is experiencing the worst losing streak it's had in 99 years, since 1923. The worst losing streak it's had in 99 years. But the interesting thing is, that means it's worse than 1929. 1929, the Great Depression, the big, huge stock, 1929 stock market crash. Stock market crash in 1921 turned the whole market into a bear market that lasted almost 3.5 years and declined, get this, 89%. So, and every low that you thought was the low went a much lower. By 3 months later was twice as low. 3 months later, twice as low. 3 months later, twice as low. For 3.5 years. So just hold on. Don't get into anything until we have a confirmed bottom. And when we have a confirmed bottom and we get in, be a trader. Don't be an investor. Be a trader. Be ready to get out instantaneously. Be ready to be wrong. Stay in for just a rally, a couple of weeks, a couple of months at best if we get it. And get out. Make some money. Exit. Convert to cash. Put it in defensives, gold while you wait. And or if you can short, bad stocks and decline as well. And then when the bottom happens, when it happens, eventually you'll be right. And that's just the way it's going to be. There's no magic bullet. There's no holy grail in investing, in trading, other than being smart and waiting for confirmation, not being dumb and getting in because you heard something or you think, maybe, and you want to take a guess. No. Smart trading is confirmed trading based on confirmation. NLS, INMB, INMB, just the bottom dead cat bounce. All right, it's a very interesting market today, definitely in decline. Snap at 13.57, so it's kind of finding its low now. You can watch it on the 2-minute and keep your trade underneath the 20 moving average. That would be one good indication, or use pivot point trading. Path to victory, PPP, pivot point path, in order to stay in until the bitter end. And with that, I'm going to take my first break, have some breakfast. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow morning, and I'll see you in the trading group. Let's move on over to there. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Got a handle on this market, and I'll let you know what kind of alerts come up. All right. See you in there. Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Mike. A couple of you guys said SPRC, both on TikTok there and over here. Robin, thank you very much, Robin Olson. See you tomorrow morning. So anyway, what was it? SPRC, you guys? Go take a look at that. Potentially day trade.